Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Baby Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good night, morning, whenever you're watching this. Yeah, I'm up late. It's a little after 1 a.m. now, according to my little laptop over here. But I wanted to bring y'all a video, and I can thank my buddy Cheryl for the my sister girl Cheryl for the idea. And I thought this is something maybe that a lot of newbie crocheters may not know, and heck, maybe a lot of other type people might not know either. But all cotton yarn is not created equal. You can't use all cotton yarn for garments, and you can't use just any cotton yarn for kitchen wares, you know, washcloths, scrubbies. And just because a cotton yarn is a cotton acrylic blend doesn't mean that it's going to make a good garment, as I recently discovered. So let's go through our options, okay? This is Peaches and Cream 100% cotton. This is a very sturdy, not incredibly soft cotton. This is kitchen cotton, okay? This is on a cone. Of course, it's turquoise. What other color yarn am I going to show you in this demonstration? Turquoise. What else would you expect from me, right? All right, anyway, but this is turquoise yarn. This is 100% cotton, okay? This is very rough to deal with, okay? It will basically leach the moisture out of your skin. It will. If you work with this, make sure you lotion up first. Make sure you moisturize your skin on a regular basis while you're working with this. If you have skin issues, if you don't have skin issues and you don't have a moisture issue, whatever, and you got plump young skin, okay, wonderful. But if you're older like some of us, put some lotion on your hands first before you deal with the 100% cotton, this Peaches and Cream stuff, because it will wick the moisture right out of your skin, and before you know it, it'll be hurting if you work with it a lot. But it's perfect for washcloths, wash rags in the kitchen, pot holders, just about any of that. You can make hand towels with it, anything kitchen that you want to absorb water. It will absorb water, because just like it wicks the moisture out of your hand, it will it will absorb water. And so this is fine. You can machine wash and dry this thing 1,000,000 times and it will hold up to it, because it is 100% cotton. It doesn't peel when you wash it. It's good. It's fine. Okay. Number 2, a different 100% cotton. Okay, this is I Love This Cotton by Hobby Lobby. I like this yarn. This yarn is super soft. It's also 100% cotton. Okay, but it's a different kind of cotton. This is probably, I don't think they say it on here. I don't think they call it mercerized, but it is essentially, let's see, made with fibers grown in the U.S., made in Turkey. So they grow the cotton here, and then they ship it to Turkey to be manufactured. But they're not calling it mercerized. But I'm here to tell you that this yarn works up beautifully for garments, but it does peel. I made a girl a top in red with this, and when I washed it, little bits of red came off onto other crocheted items that I had washed with that top, and I had to peel and pluck little peels off of that item. And the other top that I worked on, my epic fail top that I worked on, and the shirt that I was wearing as I was working on that top has little balls of turquoise all over the top where I was holding and working on that top. This peels. I'm not complaining about that. It's not going to stop me from working on it, But this I would not recommend for kitchen washcloths or kitchen towels. I mean, sure, you can use it for garments. Just be aware that it's going to peel, and it's going to fuzz. Now, after I washed that garment, it didn't look like it had peeled. It looked just as good as it did when I crocheted it up. But everything around it had little fuzz balls from it. But the garment itself looked perfectly fine. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that's my experience. I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining. So this yarn you can make garments with. Just be prepared for if you wash it with other things, those other things are going to get little fuzzies on them. So you might want to wash it by itself. Hand washing, I don't know. That's up to you, how you want to handle your stuff. I'm going to throw it in the washing machine, and then I'm going to probably wash it by itself, or with other cotton stuff that it won't hurt. Okay, this is a cotton acrylic blend. Okay, typically you can make garments with a cotton acrylic blend, mostly. Hold on, I'm getting a little dry. Strawberry water. This is 60/40, and this is the Willow Cub. Now this is discontinued yarn. Unfortunately, Hirschner's did sell it for about $1 a skein, 88 yards per skein. This is the Clean Spring color, turquoise, and this is a very, very thick 4-weight yarn. I'm not sure what you would call this this construction. It did occasionally split on me, but when I went to work this up, it's a very dense yarn. It's very solid, much like this, but in a different way. But it's not incredibly soft. The more you work with it, the more you realize it's not very soft. You do not want to make a garment with this. Typically you can make a garment out of 60/40 cotton acrylic, but this wasn't the garment. This wasn't the yarn to do that with, because it is very dense, it's very heavy, and it's not very soft. So I would not recommend making garments with this at all, because of that very fact. It's very heavy and it's very dense, and it's probably like I mean, I haven't had a chance to wash that blanket yet, but I just don't recommend it. If you have it in stash and haven't had a chance to use it, make a blanket with it. Maybe a sweater if you're trying to be warm, but not something you expect to be lightweight, because this is not it. Okay, this is a Caron Cake. Okay, this is 60/40, 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. This is a lightweight yarn. This is a very light 4-weight yarn, and this you can make tops out of and expect them to be summer tops, no problem. I have made a top out of this exact yarn, and it's very lightweight, and you can wear it and it will keep you, it's a cool type of yarn. Okay, that's fine. Don't make kitchen items out of this yarn. They will burn if you try to get them near your stove. It will burn, it will melt because of the acrylic content. Don't make kitchen items out of this yarn. Don't make washcloths out of this yarn. It will not absorb water like this will. Okay, it won't absorb like this probably will. Okay, this probably won't either. All right, and another Caron Cake, the Blossom Cake, is a 61% cotton, 39% acrylic. Okay, this is not a summer top type yarn. I know a lot of us were really hoping it was a summer top type yarn because it's chain spun. So we were really excited that it was going to be a wonderful summer top yarn. We all hoped that. And then the more we got our hands on it, the more we realized it has a halo, it's fuzzy, it's a sweater type yarn. So it's a lightweight sweater, but a sweater type yarn. It is not going to keep you cool if you make a top out of it. It will keep you warm. So ladies and gents, or whoever happens to be watching this, if you go to buy the blossom yarn, if you plan on making a garment with it, that's wonderful. Use a 6mm because that works best, in my personal opinion. You do what what your habits of crocheting with. It recommends a 5mm. You're going to get a really tight stitch if you do that. If you want a more drapier stitch, I recommend a 6mm hook. But definitely perfect for sweaters. Not so much for summer tops, depending on where you are. This is what you would go for in the Caron Cake for summer tops, because it's almost the same exact fiber content. It's just manufactured different, it's constructed different, it's going to act different when you work it up. It's going to feel different in your fiber, in your garment that you create. Excuse me, dry again. So I highly recommend this for a summer garment, or this I love this cotton for a summer garment. These other yarns, no, don't make your summer garment out of this. If you want your summer garment to be heavy and rough, go ahead, you can make it out of this. That's up to you. But I wouldn't use peaches and cream or kitchen cotton to make my summer blouse with. I would think that would probably be very heavy and not altogether cool, and very absorbent. So it would, if you go swimming or something like that, it's probably going to get heavy on you quickly. So I wouldn't recommend that as like a beach cover up or anything like that. I would recommend this or this for your beach cover up, or something in a one of those really thin yarns, those thinner cotton yarns that they sell. That would be good for your beach cover ups. Like those real big gradient cakes that have the color changing, that they had, the Hirschner's mill ends that everybody got, except for me because I can't work with it. But those cakes that were like a 2/8, that were 100% cotton, those are perfect for summer tops, or bathing suit cover-ups, or whatever you might want to be lightweight and cool. But this yarn are no-goes as far as the garments. This would be fine, and this would be fine for summer. This is more of a winter type yarn because it's fuzzy and it's a little more on the thicker side, and it has that halo. So that's my take on different cottons and what's good for garments and what I don't recommend for garments. And of course there are many tutorials for washcloths. There's many tutorials for garments out there. I know Bag O' Day has many, and Creative Grandma has many. Oh, she has a lot of washcloth tutorials that are very good. I've worked up a couple of hers that were really good. I don't make a lot of washcloths. That's why this is still so many yards on here. This has been just sitting in a Ziploc for a while. I just had to hunt it up to do this video. But I will be making another blouse out of this at some point. Probably that Cinnamon Stitches t-shirt tutorial. Now that I've watched it, I think I could probably do that. And I got some other, this will probably be something at some point. And I have enough of these to make a sweater. I have 3 of those left. I could make another sweater out of that. So anyway, that's about all for this video. I just wanted to come on and kind of go over some different yarns with y'all and show you just some recommendations if you're looking at making yourself a cotton top, or washcloths, or what different yarns you might want to lean toward versus others in your search for the yarn for your next cotton top or washcloth or you know, pot holder. Now I do have some pot holders that were made in acrylic yarn. My buddy Marsha made me some pot holders, some well-loved pot holders that reuse, that were made out of acrylic yarn, and as long as you keep them away from the fire, you're fine. Reuse them all the time and they're fine. So there's no reason to make that you can't make a pot holder out of acrylic yarn. Just know to keep it away from the, you know, the flames, because it will melt. So lots of people use acrylic yarn for pot holders, so there's no reason that you shouldn't be able to do that. But a lot of people, you know, prefer to use cotton because it, you know, less likelihood of burning, so and melting like acrylic does. It's cotton is just safer in that aspect. So but you can use acrylic if you're careful, and we're careful. Johnny basically uses the pot holders to bring me a hot plate of food. He'll just put it under the plate so that I don't burn my hand when I take the plate from him. That's what we basically use ours for, and to move hot pots from one burner to the next, and that's about it. But we like our homemade pot holders from Marsha. We use them a lot, and so I don't, you know, I don't begrudge anybody making them out of acrylic, because Marsha makes the best ones I've ever seen, and we've had them, I guess, a year now, and we like them, and they're holding up very well. So no worries there. If you want to make them that way, you know, you do what you're comfortable doing. These are just my opinions, you know. There are no rules. You do what you feel comfortable doing. But please remember that I love you, and so does Jesus. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see y'all again soon. Bye now.